Hi everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, which is going to be dedicated to Christmas. My name's Anne and I absolutely love Christmas and everything to do with it. I love the build-up, the excitement, the decorations, everything about it really. And in that spirit, my channel is going to cover things like decorating, tree decorating, room decorating, table settings, different ideas and things like that. And I'm also going to be doing some crafting, various things that you can make either by yourself or with children or friends. Baking, of course, very important for Christmas is the baking. So we'll be doing Christmas cake, Christmas pudding, Christmas cupcakes, and some savoury bits and pieces as well, because we always like to throw a bit of savoury in as well. And yeah, it's basically going to hopefully give you a few ideas and tips of things to do in your own house to just, add a little bit of something homemade to your house, because I always like a little bit of homemade at Christmas time. That said, I am a little early. It is only October the 2nd. I do feel slightly ridiculous rocking the Christmas reindeer jumper, as you can see. Little flashing lights as well. But I thought, you know what, if I'm doing the first video for my channel, there's got to be something Christmassy. So we went with the Christmas jumper on October the 2nd, which is very odd for me, because normally, as much as I love Christmas, I don't start doing anything normally until December. I even tend to avoid the shops in October, November time as much as possible, because I don't like seeing it all out there, because it kind of ruins that Christmas magic for me. I like it to start in December, and that's when I'll get my tree, do my Christmas shopping. So it feels extremely odd to be sitting here at the beginning of October surrounded by tinsel and baubles. But I thought if I started putting Christmas videos up in December, you guys would be like, what are you doing? I've got my Christmas shopping sorted, I've got my decorations sorted, I needed these videos a few weeks ago. So I thought I will get ahead and get my first video up now. And the video that I'm going to be doing today is to make a Christmas bauble wreath. I've never made one before, so I'm going to be jumping in at the deep end with this. I've gone to the pound shop to get most of the supplies, because the one thing I hate is when you're doing crafting and you realise actually all the bits you've bought end up costing you more than, if you've gone and bought something ready-made. And let's be honest, there are two main reasons for crafting and making things yourself. And the first one is because it's just fun. It's fun to do. It's fun to actually have something that you've made yourself. But the second one can be cost, because it's nice to be able to try and keep the costs down where possible. So with that in mind, I paid a visit to the pound store today, and I got this rather delightful tinsel wreath here. It's just on a very basic plastic background. To be honest, it doesn't look like anything particularly special when it's just like that, but hopefully we'll be able to turn it into something special. And I also picked up, again from the pound store, these little baubles in red and gold. I then got, I'm not sure if I'm going to use these or not, I just saw them and I thought they could come in handy for something. I probably will get rid of these leaves. I don't particularly like the leaves, might just end up with the little snowy balls here. But I may or may not use them, it's completely up to you what you want to do as well. And I also got some LED coloured lights, again from the pound shop, and I thought, well, I might try and make it a sort of lit wreath, or I may not, but I've got them, and if I don't use them in this, I'm sure I'll find something else that I can use them in. I also needed some bigger baubles, and the pound shop did have some, but I wasn't so keen on them, so I took a trip a couple of doors down to B&M Bargains, where I got these 2 packs of baubles. And as you can see, I'm going for a red and gold theme here. In all honesty, the reason for that was because they only had this colour wreath in the pound shop, and they didn't really have many baubles out either. because some people have more sense than me and don't start doing Christmas stuff at the start of October. Or I wanted to do silver with perhaps some blue and white, but there was no silver about, so I was like, we'll do red and gold. Do a silver one another day. These were a little more than I wanted to spend. As I say, they were $2.99 per pack for these. But there is 20 in each pack, and I'm not going to use, by any means, 40 on this. So there's going to be loads left over to do other things with. And to complete this wreath, you will need, you know, similar bits and pieces to this. Go with your own colour scheme, do what you like, do what suits your house. And you're also going to need probably some scissors and some glue. I've got super glue, but to be honest, you would be better off, I think, with a glue gun. I was going to use a glue gun. We own a glue gun. I can't find the glue gun, so I have gone with super glue. And we're going to hope that that works. Right, so I'm just going to snip the tag off of this. And you can see from that, that's where the top of the wreath is going to be. So I'm going to keep that as my top part. And what I'm going to do is get these baubles out and ready, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach them onto this little wreath. And hopefully make it into something a little more attractive than it is now. Okay, so I've got all the baubles that I'm going to use out first. I'm starting with the bigger ones, and what I've done, is where they've got this hanging part here, I've just pulled that off so that the bauble is just like that. And what I'm going to start with is working out what sort of colour order I'm going to have. And I think what I'm going to do is red, red, and then like that. So we've got 2 reds and 2 golds next to each other. It would make sense to do sort of gold, red, but I'm not sure about having the 2 sparkly ones next to each other. So I'm going to do red, red, gold, gold. And what you need to do is just get an idea of where the hole is there, where it's going to end up going into. So that'll end up going in there like that. I'm actually going to start here at the bottom. And so that'll go in there like that. And what I'm going to do is take the super glue. And again, yeah, it would be easier to have a glue gun for this, but I haven't got one right now, so super glue it is. But do be careful if you're using super glue for obvious reasons. I did just stick my fingers together a moment ago. I'm going to take it and just press it in there. Hold it there just for a few seconds so I can feel it setting in. Now I'm pressing fairly firmly. Okay, and that's in there now. And then I'm going to take my next colour, which is this one, this glittery red one. I'm going to do the same, coat it in a, coat it in a little bit of this super glue. Find the place next to this one, go in there, press and hold that in place. See, got stuck to my garland. Oh, that one hasn't worked so well. Let's try a little more glue for that one. Where oh where is my glue gun? There we go, that feels better. There we go. Okay, I'm going to throw a little bit of glue just down here. And then I'm going to go in with the gold, which will go here next to this one. And then I'm going to follow it around with another gold. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go around the edge as I have been with the rest of the baubles, and then I'll come back and show you what we've got and where we're at. Right, so I've done this first outline with the larger baubles now. I did have to swap from using the glittery ones as well because I found with the super glue they just weren't sticking very well at all. So I've just gone with the shiny ones. It's a bit of a shame, I would have liked to have incorporated those sparkly ones, but I'm thinking for another one, if I've got a glue gun, I'm sure it'll stick better. So yeah, we've got that there. At the minute, try and get you. And now what I'm going to do is the same as with the large ones. I've taken all of the bits from here with the hangers off the small ones. I'm going to try and use some glittery small ones just to see if they'll stick that little bit better. I'm hoping that they might. And I'm basically going to take them and go around the inside of the wreath in a sort of, you know, coordinating pattern. I've got sparkly and I've got matte and I've got shiny in both red and gold, so I'll create a little pattern that I like out of those ones. And I'm going to start with a sparkly one just to see if I can get them to stick. If not, we'll have to ditch the sparkles and go with just matte and shiny. Let's try placing that one there. See what happens. Yeah, that one's holding a little better actually, so hang on, let's see what happens. Yeah, that one's not holding too badly, so I'll keep going like this. And I've done a red sparkly, so let's... Red. I've done a gold sparkly, so let's go with perhaps a red matte next to it. So again, just a little more glue around the edge here. Press that one in there. Hold it in place for a few seconds. Okay. And now let's go with gold shiny. Again, I'm pressing pretty firmly when I'm holding these in place, just so that the glue can bond and hold them. Now I'm going to start a new thing of super glue because I think I've run out of that first tube, and then I'm going to carry on going all the way around just like I did with those first ones. Right, anyway, I'm going to continue doing this now and then I shall show you again at the end. Right, so I've gone all the way around the edge now with the smaller balls, and the sparkly ones of them did actually seem to stick, so that's cool. So I've managed to get some sparkle in there somewhere. We've now got what looks like this. And I think what I'm going to do just to sort of finish it off is I've got these things at the start that I wasn't sure if I was going to use or not. Let's call them things. I suppose they're
meant to be snow-covered berries. I don't want to use this bit. I don't really like the way it looks, so I'm just going to chop it off. And I've already chopped all the others off on the other stems. So just get rid of that. And I'm going to take these and I'm just going to sort of try and find little gaps, little spaces where they may look nice, and just sort of thread them through. And again, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this or not. If I don't, I'll just take them out again. There we go. I'll pop that in there. And then turn it over. Bend it. They're on a wire, so I'm hoping I can bend them in from underneath. Just, yeah, there we go. Fasten them on this way. So that's one. I don't want to put too many in. I've got one there, so perhaps another one there. I'm just going to lay them out roughly where I think I'll have them. 3. I think I might probably go with 5, roughly even sort of spaces, and then maybe one up near the top. About there. Right, there we go. As you can see, I managed to break one of them there by pulling it too tightly. Good job, I was only planning on using 5 really. And now all I'm going to do is just adjust the positioning of them so it looks how I want it to look. So, here we have it. One finished wreath. And I know I mentioned those fairy lights at the beginning of the video. I've decided not to use them because I just think it's going to be a little bit too much if it has all the lights on it as well. That's not to say you couldn't add some lights in if you wanted to, if you do one. But I just thought, I quite like it the way it is now. I'm still not entirely 100% sure about these little white things, but I'm going to leave them in and see how it looks when it's up in 2 months from now. And if I don't like it, then I'll take them out. But hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some more in the future. I think probably next week we'll do maybe a Christmas cake or a Christmas pudding, because they need to be made a little bit in advance of Christmas. So it seems like a good time to get a little baking video on the go. If you have liked my video, it'd be great if you could like it or subscribe. And yeah, hopefully I will see you all again soon.